The world is full of men who claim an identity. They claim to be ambitious. They claim to be disciplined. They claim to be successful. But their true identity is never revealed by their words, their titles, or their fleeting intentions. Identity is revealed by action. If you are a Sigma male, your true nature is not found in your internal beliefs, it is proven by your habits. Your daily routines, the small, non-negotiable systems you adhere to, are the silent, irrefutable evidence of your commitment to sovereignty, autonomy, and strategic efficiency. The herd operates on impulse, emotion, and external pressure. Their habits are accidental, reactive, and driven by comfort. Your habits are deliberate, anti-herd, and rooted in an immutable code. They are the source code of your quiet power. Today, for the Solitude Scroll, we are ending the debate about identity. We will dissect the 10 definitive habits that prove you're definitely a Sigma male, the observable, strategic systems you enforce daily that distinguish the sovereign man from the chaotic crowd. The foundation of the Sigma's life is the habit identity law. You are not defined by who you want to be, but by what you consistently do. The Sigma understands that habits are the automation of principle. While the Alpha relies on willpower and the Beta relies on approval, the Sigma relies on system. Your unique habits are not goals, they are the proof of your sovereign operating system. They are the mechanisms that protect your focus and your freedom. Habit 1, the morning code lock, protection of prime energy. The herd begins its day by immediately engaging with external chaos and noise. They surrender their prime mental energy to the demands of the digital world. The Sigma's habit, the Sigma enforces the morning code lock. For the first 60 to 90 minutes of the day, all external communication, news feeds, and social media are locked out. This time is sacredly allocated to high-leverage activities, internal planning, reflection, and mission-focused deep work. Strategic purpose. This habit protects the Sigma's energetic autonomy. Rule 1. By winning the first hour, he guarantees that his mood, his focus, and his purpose are dictated by his inner scorecard. Rule 2. Not by the urgent, low-value chaos of the external world. He controls the environment does not control him. The contrast, the herd operates in a state of chronic reactivity, starting the day already defeated by external demands. The Sigma starts the day in a state of profound control. Habit 2, the scheduled information fast, defense against fragmentation. The average man consumes information constantly, addicted to the short, fragmented bursts of dopamine provided by endless feeds. The Sigma's habit, the Sigma practices the scheduled information fast, low information diet, Act 5 of indifference. He limits all consumption of news, social media, and low-value content to specific, quarantined blocks of time. He rejects the continuous flow of digital noise. Strategic purpose. This habit defends the Sigma's cognitive clarity. Gift 10. He views his mind as a high-security server, rigorously filtering out the noise that would otherwise compromise his deep work capacity. Gift 10. He starves the dopamine addiction, guaranteeing that his attention span remains robust and focused on complex, high-leverage problems. The contrast, the herd's attention is fragmented and dictated by the algorithm. The Sigma's attention is singular and dictated by his mission objective. Habit 3, the zero-friction environment, automation of discipline. The herd relies on willpower to overcome the resistance created by their own messy, disorganized environment. The Sigma's habit, the Sigma builds the zero-friction environment, environmental design, philosophy 2. His physical space, the inner citadel, is optimized to automate discipline, tools for deep work are readily accessible, and distractions, phone, games, clutter, are intentionally hidden or removed, the minimalism strategy, weird habit 9. Strategic purpose. This habit recognizes the finite nature of willpower. The Sigma refuses to waste mental energy debating whether to start a task. By automating the good habits and adding friction to the bad habits, he ensures his success is guaranteed by his system, not his motivation, philosophy 2. The contrast, the herd wastes energy fighting a constant internal battle against their environment. The Sigma invests energy once into designing the environment to fight for him. Habit 4. The unannounced mission, defense against external interference. The average man leaks his goals prematurely, trading the energy needed for execution for the cheap dopamine of external praise. The Sigma's habit, the Sigma enforces the unannounced mission, quiet execution, rule 5. He discusses his ambitious goals, critical strategies, and financial maneuvers only with his counsel or when execution is complete. The vast majority of his effort remains silent and unseen, the classified data, secret 1. Strategic purpose. This habit protects the mission from external interference, premature doubt, and psychological sabotage, attack 4. By denying the world the data of his ambition, he avoids having his vision diluted by external opinion and preserves the element of strategic surprise. The contrast. The herd constantly pays the validation tax by announcing their intentions, inviting the doubt that often paralyzes their execution. The Sigma ensures his power is felt, not predicted. Habit 5. The daily data audit, elimination of emotional bias. The herd processes events through the filter of immediate emotion, anger, fear, frustration. The Sigma's habit, the Sigma adheres to the daily data audit, inner scorecard review. He sets aside time, often in the evening solitude, to process the day's events through cold, objective logic, emotional alchemy, gift 3. He logs failures as data points, identifies pattern-based mistakes, and separates the controllable effort from the uncontrollable outcome, dichotomy of control. Strategic purpose. This habit guarantees strategic clarity. By delaying emotional processing and forcing objective analysis, the Sigma prevents emotional bias from dictating his strategic response. He uses the data to refine his sovereign code, rule 4, ensuring he never repeats the same structural mistake. The contrast, the herd allows emotional volatility to compound errors, leading to post-traumatic stress. The Sigma achieves post-traumatic growth by systematically converting pain into productive wisdom. Habit 6. The intentional absence, enforcement of scarcity. The average person makes themselves constantly available, believing presence equals value. The Sigma's habit. The Sigma practices the intentional absence, the quiet pivot, act for of indifference. He is frequently unavailable, not through chance, but through the deliberate, scheduled protection of his solitude, intentional retreat, weird habit 4. He leaves low-value social settings early and executes the sudden exit when his boundaries are tested. Strategic purpose. This habit enforces the non-negotiable boundary, rule 6, and leverages the magnetic void, gift 8. By making his presence scarce, he elevates its value and trains the world to respect his time. His absence is a strategic tool that guards his energetic autonomy, rule 1. The contrast, the herd suffers from the fatigue of hypervigilance, weakness 4, because they feel obligated to always be on. The Sigma conserves his energy by making his availability a high-status commodity. Habit 7. The skill isolation block, accelerated mastery. The herd attempts to multitask and learn in chaotic, distracted environments. The Sigma's habit. The Sigma enforces the skill isolation block, deep workflow state, power 7. He dedicates structured, non-negotiable hours to a single, high-leverage task or skill, eliminating all distractions. He immerses himself fully to achieve time distortion and rapid mastery, gift 6. Strategic purpose. This habit guarantees unbeatable competence. The Sigma recognizes that true, complex problem-solving requires singular focus. This systematic approach ensures he masters skills faster and deeper than the herd, accelerating his entire mission. The contrast. The herd's multitasking and fragmented attention ensure they remain perpetually trapped in shallow work, incapable of the sustained cognitive effort required for breakthrough. Habit 8. The non-emotional budget, financial sovereignty. The average man bases consumption on temporary desires, emotional rewards, or fear of external judgment. The Sigma's habit. The Sigma enforces the non-emotional budget, financial sovereignty code. Every purchase, especially non-essential ones, is vetted through the liability versus investment matrix, item 2. He rejects impulse purchases, item 14, and any financial commitment that compromises his long-term mobility, exit strategy, secret 3. Strategic purpose. This habit guarantees financial autonomy. Money becomes a tool for securing freedom and defense, redundancy investment, not an agent of dependency. By removing emotion from the budget, he ensures his financial decisions are always aligned with his mission security. The contrast. The herd allows their short-term pleasure principle to dictate their spending, creating financial debt and dependency that compromises their freedom and amplifies external stress. Habit 9. The self-correction loop, continuous systemic improvement. The herd often ignores their mistakes or blames external factors, ensuring they repeat the same failures. The Sigma's habit. The Sigma operates the self-correction loop. After the daily data audit, he immediately converts the identified structural error into a non-negotiable rule or refines an existing system, the alchemist's touch, gift 3. He uses his relentless self-criticism, secret 7, for continuous improvement. Strategic purpose. This habit guarantees systemic resilience. The Sigma views his system as living and constantly evolving. By formalizing the correction process, he ensures that past failures are not wasted and serve only to harden the final code. The contrast. The herd engages in the blame shift, incomprehensible action 7, forfeiting the power of self-correction and ensuring their flaws remain fixed and repetitive. Habit 10. The ritual of small pain, tolerance for necessary friction. The herd prioritizes comfort and constantly seeks to eliminate all friction from their daily life. The Sigma's habit. The Sigma engages in the ritual of small pain, pain inversion, power 9. This is the daily, non-negotiable exposure to necessary, controlled friction, cold showers, intense physical training, forcing himself to work on the most boring part of his mission first, or adhering to a low dopamine diet. Strategic purpose. This habit guarantees mental antifragility. By routinely choosing difficulty and rejecting comfort, the Sigma increases his emotional inertia, power 8, and his tolerance for necessary hardship. When a genuine crisis hits, he is already chemically and psychologically prepared to function effectively under pressure. The contrast, the herd's chronic pursuit of comfort leaves them fragile and paralyzed when confronted with genuine crisis or unavoidable difficulty. The Sigma is prepared because he has already survived the struggle he intentionally sought out. Conclusion: the proof of action. The Sigma male is not a feeling, he is a system. Your identity is not found in what you believe, but in the immutable, disciplined habits you enforce every single day. These 10 definitive habits are the external proof of your internal sovereignty. They are the mechanisms that protect your focus, your freedom, and your financial autonomy from the chaos of the herd. You are not waiting for motivation, you are automating mastery. If this deep dive resonated with you, if you recognize these habits as the blueprint of your sovereign life, then it is time to reaffirm your code. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Solitude Scroll, and drop a comment below and tell me which of the 10 definitive habits is the final, unshakable proof of your Sigma identity.